Every fucking time I have to do this? What the fuck else would it be? Piece of shit, dude. You're all set. Fuck you. Oh, why am I even fucking surprised, bro? On the hunt for a virgin European wife. What the fuck, dude? What?
Commercials are meant to be 30 seconds. But this one is.
And they're awaiting trial on those charges. These are all new charges. These are all new. New investigation on 35 women. They've been placed under house arrest again because they can't say, oh, jail.
Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. Bruce Rivers, he's the criminal lawyer. And what he do? And he's gonna react to all the self-snitching.
Hi, this is Bruce Rivers. Welcome back to another fun-filled episode of Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, your very own personal board-certified criminal defense lawyer. So I'm back. I'm back in action. I was on a little holiday. Went to Ireland for 10 days, went to the Bahamas for a few days, and now back in action. Start trial next week, and we're here joined by our content genius, Michael Rivers, the man behind the plan, the man behind the microphone, and in front of the microphone, and the man behind it and in front of both cameras. How does that happen? I don't know how it happens. He's a magician, really. Michael, say hello to the people.
Hello, fans. Hello, everybody watching around the world from Minneapolis, Minnesota, where we are based.
Let's just give a shout out to our fans because our fans are flipping phenomenal. When I was in the Bahamas, I was just in the Bahamas. I go up to a bar, just to have a glass of wine. And the guy goes, oh my God, I'm such a fan of your channel. And they comped us our drinks. And all of a sudden, a couple other people, and some people commented on Fulio, the video that we did, and said, that our messaging was spot on, and that, and it's really not hard to say that we, each other, let alone in the black community, let alone in the gang community. But regardless, we had a great time in the Bahamas. Our fans are phenomenal. Knew who we were. Happens everywhere we go, no matter where we go around the world. So our fans are the best.
Can I just add one thing really quick?
Absolutely.
Yeah, we've been working our asses off trying to get everything set up. So the podcast will be coming soon. And obviously that message stuck with everyone. And we really want to promote that message of ending violence. Ending violence. Also, go to clrbrucerivers.com. And that's all I'm going to say. We put in a lot of work. But back to you.
Okay, so today we're going to react to Andrew Tate. Who's the what? What is he? He's the gift that keeps on giving. Just before we get to our main episode, this is brought to you by eforms.com. eforms.com. If you need a form for your grandma who lives in her basement because she's getting a little reckless or a little forgetful, and you need to have some kind of power of attorney or bill of sale, rental agreement. You don't want your grandma living in your basement for free, do you? Mine doesn't. Man, you got to charge her some money because you got to get that Social Security money. No, I'm kidding. But actually, eforms.com is a very loyal sponsor to our program, and I want you to go ahead and visit them if you need something. If you buy a car from somebody, you need a bill of sale. If you sell a car to somebody, you need a bill of sale. Go to eforms.com. If you need a durable power of attorney, if you need a medical power of attorney, any kind of legal form you need, go to eforms.com so you can avoid the high cost of a lawyer like me. So Andrew Tate, let's talk about Andrew Tate and his brother Tristan. These two choir boys. You got to love these guys. They're the sexiest men alive. Aren't they? No, they're not. According to the BBC, they've been placed under house arrest again because they can't say, jail. They went to Romanian judges put the prosecutor put them back in house arrest. They're not in jail. They're back in house arrest because there are new allegations, including sex with a minor and trafficking underage persons. So Tristan and his brother appeared.
Bruh. Sex with a minor. This is crazy that they're trying to do this to these guys, man. Holy shit.
Appeared in court last Thursday afternoon, a week ago, and they were placed under, and Tristan was placed under special judicial control. But the prosecutors asked the judge to remand the brothers into custody for 30 days while they continue their investigation involving a total of 35 alleged victims, including a woman who was 15 at the time. Now, how long has this been going on? I mean, they've been out on house arrest they've been released from custody for over a year. So, I mean, it's been about a year and a half, almost 2 years since this whole thing started.
That's what I don't get.
And they just raided their place again. I have a problem with this, personally. If you put up or fucking shut up. Try the case or don't try the case.
Put up or shut the fuck up. I love this guy, man.
But this lagging on.
I was just going to say, no, what you just said was like 2 or 3 years or whatever.
Is this his son? Is this his son? No fucking wonder no wonder this guy. Oh, whoa. Never mind.
I mean, if you look at the 300-page indictment, you can see it actually spans back to the teens. So it's much longer than 2-3 years. It's
no, I understand that, but what I'm saying, since the initiation of judicial proceedings, I mean, you're entitled to a jury trial within a very short period of time under the Speedy Trial Act
here
in the United States, right?
Yeah,
and so that's why I have a problem with just this lagging preventative detention. So, in a statement, this is according to the BBC. Romanian agencies against organized crime, the DICOT, said six more people have been detained in total, and both Romanian and foreigners. Now, Andrew Tate is not going to take this lying down. No, no, no. This is a setup. It's absolutely disgusting. 30 of those girls say we've done.
30 of those girls say we have done nothing wrong. 2 are the mothers of our children. 2 have never even been here to Romania. Damn.
Done nothing wrong. Well, I guess 5 of them say you have. And 2 are mothers of our children who would never, I mean, you can't abuse mothers of your children, can you? And 2 have never been here to Romania. Well, you don't need to have them be in Romania if you're in Romania controlling them from outside. But he says it's a setup. Let's kind of look at, this is
Milk Bar TV.
Milk Bar TV.
So shout out to Milk Bar TV. He's most popular. He has a YouTube and Twitter, but he makes these videos of all the stuff that Andrew Tate tried to get off the internet. So Andrew Tate originally, he had Hustlers University and the other one, which was the War Room, which was 5,000 that went up to 8,000, right?
Yeah.
And so he would teach these guys how to do what he did with these girls. And Milk Bar TV would put out these videos of him. And if you go back and watch our other video, I'll have it linked in the description of this video right here. We reacted to his videos. He does really good work, and he has access to a lot of the stuff that Andrew Tate tried to wipe from the internet.
So let's just take, so Andrew Tate says this is a setup, okay? Let's listen to his own words.
The girl you start with is the most important girl. My first girl.
The girl you start with is the most important girl. Okay, this is the girl he's talking about. I think, what's her name?
Vivian.
Vivian. Okay.
My first girl was so good, it was easy. So, Vivian here.
If you're new at this channel,
Alright. So sexy as hell.
I'm a care model, and webcamming is what I do.
That's how it started. I met Vivian in Slovakia.
I'm from Slovakia.
We had a long-term relationship thing. I was living in England. I moved her to England to be with me, to start doing my webcam company. She's completely head over heels in love with me. She wants kids with me, everything. And we met and we felt whatever, we're in love.
I had lived with Andrew for years and years.
So Vivian's been with me 6
He's been with Vivian for 6 years, right?
Vivian's like 21.
Vivian's 21. And at this point, he's been a girlfriend for 6 years.
Oh, hell no. So he was having sex with this girl at 15 years old. Tristan, we don't do that.
Vivian's younger.
I mean, so what does that make it out to be? That she's 15. And so he says it's all a setup. By his own words. By his own words. He's done the math himself. So this is not a setup. So the BBC asked Andrew Tate repeatedly about the allegations of sex with a 15-year-old that he's just admitted to, and trafficking underage person. But guess what? He didn't address that. He just walked away and he didn't say anything, refused to reply. Why? He shouldn't have been saying anything to the cameras. Because this is the Matrix. This is blah, 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 blah. It's all bullshit, right? The Tate brothers have previously been charged with human trafficking, and Tate is charged with rape, and they're awaiting trial on those charges. These are all new charges. These are all new investigation on 35 women. So they were released from house arrest a year ago and told not to leave Romania. But now they're back under house arrest, at least for 30 days.
I just want to say, so there's been this Twitter war basically regarding this, right? You have the Tate stands, which are somehow there's a myriad of them. There's plenty of them, and then you have Murder by Crayons, who is it's an account that posts a lot of stuff, and then Milk Bar TV, and so there's this account called Tate News, right? And Tate News is very pro Tate. It's like free the Tate brothers. And they posted literally this Twitter post. I can send it to you, but it literally just outlines what we're explaining the charges. And people in the replies are like, "I thought this was a pro Tate account. I thought this was a pro Tate account. It's like free the Tate brothers."
according to the BBC, they've always strongly denied any wrongdoing and deny the formal charges, blah, 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 because we know that, right? But these are new and separate allegations apart from what they have been charged with already. So they've already got a trial scheduled for this other stuff. The Anti-Organized Crime Agency, which is the DICOT, said they were grooming vulnerable people who were then housed in different locations and forced to produce pornographic material for online broadcasts. One of the foreign men is accused of forcing a 17-year-old foreign citizen to perform sexual acts in order to make online videos and content. And he is said to kept all $1.5 million in profit. Now, here's the thing.
Sorry.
Is it illegal to have somebody online and to profit from it? No, that's not illegal. Sex trafficking.
It's just common sense.
What's common sense to Sherrod Brown? Brown voted to allow biological men in girls' sports and supported allowing sex change surgeries for kids.
It's just common sense.
Extreme Sherrod Brown makes no sense for Ohio.
It's about time. Let's finish this.
Trafficking, if you remember what we said, Michael, is force, fraud, or coercion. And so when you deny somebody access to their passport, for example, so they can't travel, that's force or coercion. You know, you put them in a situation where they don't have power to leave. The same man is accused of repeatedly having sexual relations with a girl who was 15-year-olds when they met. Who does that sound like? After questioning for several hours at the DICOT office, Andrew Tate told the BBC on Wednesday night that the latest allegations were pathetic and the prosecutors were desperate. And he said that they had made up a lot. One thing that they didn't make up is that he started banging Vivian when she was 15 years old. He was also accused of the lover boying method of, technique used by criminals to prey on victims' vulnerabilities and then exploit them. Basically, I'm going to be your white knight. I'm going to be your savior. And that's what the pimps did back in the day at the bus stations. The notorious, I love how the BBC puts this. The notorious misogynist with a giant online following, Andrew Tate, was referred to the Twitter or X to the case against him as some kind of mainstream conspiracy to silence him. In the news statement, check this out. Prosecutors accused the brothers of buying 4 luxury cars and registering them in the names of other people in order to hide the proceeds of what they described as their illicit activity. In total, it is alleged that the accused made some $2.8 million through sexual exploitation. Now, that's a far cry from the hundreds of millions of dollars that he said he has made. And maybe he has made hundreds of millions of dollars. Or maybe not.
So, if you go through the indictment, which we posted, and you can see that video, there's a link. We actually released the indictment, and it's on a Document Cloud website. But you can see all of the financial advances. The most profitable thing Andrew Tate ever did was the casinos, and he talked about that. He talked about how he was making $500,000 a month off of the casinos, and then COVID hit, and that went down. But that was all pretty much illegitimate as well, due to the fact that it was linked to organized crime in Romania. So if you really go through, it's 300 pages, guys. I know it's a lot. You look towards the end, the back half, the latter half of it, the very, very latter half of it, I'm speaking about the last 20 pages, is where you'll find the financial information, the specific financial information. But the webcam stuff, he's not a hundred millionaire. I don't know where he's getting his money to keep up running the stuff. Rumble probably gave him a deal for the podcast, but go ahead.
So when he's experiencing the drip, 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 drip effect, basically. I'm not a fan of this type of preventative detention and all the other stuff they're doing in terms of delay. I mean, it shouldn't be years before you get your trial. I mean, they should either put up or shut up fairly soon. But in all honesty, when you have 35 potential victims, one is, you can beat one, maybe you can beat two, maybe you can beat a couple. But when you have 35 of them, I mean, you're getting into like a critical mass where it's just almost impossible. So you've got, you think, oh, does the statute of limitations apply? Well, I don't know Romanian law. Clearly, if there was a motion to dismiss for, because the statute of limitations had been blown, his team would have done that, I would suspect. But when you have an ongoing conspiracy, there's no statute of limitations. When you have certain sex crimes, the statute of limitations doesn't start running until it's reported to cops, basically. So once it's reported, and they do that because people oftentimes are very reluctant to come forward. I had a case that was 30 years old, and the woman finally came forward and reported it to the police. And, my client wound up taking a deal because he just didn't have an answer to the allegations. So when you look at Andrew Tate, I mean, he's got the underlying case of sex trafficking, money laundering, and, some other, RICO kind of charges.
That minor one might be Tristan, though. Because if you remember, we looked... I mean, there's a lot of stuff on Tristan. And Tristan admits... You remember that tweet he wrote? 30 is the year you can finally fuck a girl half your age. That's what he wrote on Twitter.
That very well could be. That very well could be. And that's another... What do we call that, Michael?
Self-snitching.
Yeah. So they're online, and I guarantee you that if they do have a trial, every last word that they've uttered online is going to go right through the courthouse.
Clue what to say. They were saying all the wrong shit, man. Every day they were saying the wrong shit, and we were losing customers. Everything I was telling you earlier about wanting to be innocent. They're saying, I've been here, I've been there. I'm like, shut the fuck up. You're talking to some dude. He doesn't want to hear where you've been. He knows you can't be a 10 talking about how you've been to Dubai to some fucking dude in Minnesota who's fat. He ain't gonna ever believe that he's gonna get you that way. You gotta lie to him. You gotta lie to him.
To some dude in Minnesota?
Say that you've never been anywhere because you don't trust men. You can't find a man who's serious. Make him think that if he's serious about you, that nothing else matters. You gotta put a famoose on it.
It's all, see, you hear that? That's all fraud. It's how to defraud somebody. Force, fraud, or coercion. So you want the illusion that the guy can get you, right? You want to keep him on the line as long as possible.
I'll put that full clip in the video, but in context there, he was talking about how he would type for these girls, which is not the straightest thing in the world.
At Vistaprint, we print signs so people can see your brand up close, but we also print signs so that people can see your business here. See
the world, let me just say that. No problem with that, but it's for him to be this ultra masculine guy. He's typing while these girls are pretending to type because he knows how to get money out of them.
Right.
But he's getting them off. It's just,
It is a little strange.
But he brags about getting like hundreds of thousands of dollars out of these lonely guys, and everything is victims. Everyone it's vulnerable people. That's how he makes his money.
The whole organization is a corrupt organization designed to defraud people from Hustler University, people who are online, whatever the hell they do. And I don't mean to cast aspersions, but people who are desperate, people who will part with their money because they want some fucking lie that some broad online is going to say that she loves them.
I mean, I got a death threat myself from one of Tate's fans, and after a while he...
out of here. Didn't nobody that fucking knows Tate ever fucking message this idiot right here? Bro, he's probably talking about some fucking random troll that messaged him. One of Tate's fans?
Sent me my address, said he was going to kill me, whatever. And then after I got to... I responded back in a kind way, and then I found out it was a kid living with his mom who probably just needed some therapy and, like, some friendship. You know what I mean?
Well, it doesn't excuse a death threat.
It doesn't excuse a death threat, but that's what I'm saying. It's like,
what's people living in their basement, you know, with their fucking Cheeto stained underwear. So we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts. I'm Bruce Rivers, accompanied by our content genius.
one last thing, shout out to Milk Bar TV, shout out to Murder by Crayons on Twitter. You guys are doing awesome work. Keep it up. Keep giving us information. We'll get it out to the people.
Make sure you subscribe, follow us on Instagram, follow us on Twitter, and sign up for Patreon. And we'll see you next time here on Criminal Lawyer Reacts.
That's crazy, bro. Fucking Tate, dude. What the fuck? What in the fuck, dude?
Bom dia from the beautiful beaches of Cascais, Portugal.
Follow me today as we road trip the coasts of Portugal. Our story begins in Cascais, the most beautiful beaches the country has to offer. From there we head to Sintra to see some castles and to Fatima, one of the holiest cities in the world, where Sunny and I go on a quest to find a holy virgin wife.
I thought we were joking about coming to find virgin wives. Bro, she's never kissed anybody. I could see it in her eye.
Bruh. Arab is fucking wild. How do they even let this shit on YouTube? On the hunt for a virgin European wife.
100%.
And by the end of our trip, we find ourselves in Porto.
If I say fuck on this stream, guess what? Nothing.
A place filled with...
But you can say on the hunt for a virgin European wife. What's this got? 5,700 views in the last hour. Oh.
culture and beauty, trying some of the local foods the country has to offer.
Here we are, exploring the nice parts of Portugal, because we already went to the most dangerous places, and even though everyone in Portugal is afraid of them, it was nothing to be afraid of. I think this country is one where you have to enjoy the beauties, and that means coming to a nice beach and enjoying the beautiful nature which God created for us. Alhamdulillah. Here I am joined again.
Here we go. Look at this motherfucker. Fucking Sneeko.
By my most banned friend on the internet. Sneeko.
What up? It's a nice beach, bro. This is better than the hood. The hood was very mid.
This is better than the hood for sure. Wait, Sneeko, look, it's your type.
Stop, man. I'm lowering my gaze.
So you guys, nice to meet you. Yeah, bro, yeah.
What's good?
What's popping, guys?
problem.
What's why? Say subscribe to Arab Uncut.
Subscribe to Arab.
No, Arab Uncut, bro.
Uncut, sorry.
You don't know what? No, together in one sentence.
Subscribe to Arab Uncut.
That's what I'm saying.
Sorry, I didn't get it. Subscribe to Arab Uncut, man.
This man will milk anybody he can for a free fucking shout out on his website.
Hey, you are doing that cohiba, man.
Meu amigo, cohiba.
It's quicksand.
Is it actually quicksand?
Yeah.
Kind of.
Try it.
You gotta get a little deeper in.
What the? Hey. I'll see you later.
The cigar is crazy.
You gotta shake your leg.
Yeah, you'll see quicker. Are you sure he's gonna be okay? Yeah.
Yeah, he's just a little
If he dies in a couple of days, that's probably why.
Muito linda. What's your name? Oh, you don't speak Portuguese. We're vlogging. Wait, how old are you? Just to confirm here.
I'm 18.
Is that like a lie?
No, it's not. You want to see my ID?
Actually, yeah, I would love to see your ID.
You're like the first American I know.
Oh, you're 18? I would love to see your ID. Bro just found him a 9 on the beach.
Do I look like I'm from America?
And she's down to fuck.
America?
Yeah, you do look like you're from
No, أنا عربي.
You're what?
No, I'm not a... Not a star too.
Thanks. Me and my friends are on vacation.
Is that your boyfriend?
No.
You're single?
Yes.
Ella.
It's Arab?
Yeah, my name is Arab.
Is it Arab or is the name Arab?
No, my name is
Oh.
A-R-A-B.
Fire.
Yeah, right?
Good for you.
But you want my real name?
Yeah, what is
James Smith.
it? Is it really?
Yeah.
Or are you just saying some random name and now everybody's gonna be like,
I'm a secret agent. Stop! We are having a good moment. Ella, come back. I need you for a thumbnail. At least before you get out. Come here, come here.
He said I need you for a thumbnail. Fucking Arab, bro. I swear to God.
No. I need to milk Ella for a thumbnail. That's a good one. Ella. You
Damn, she's thicker than a Snicker, boy. God damn.
Do you dance? You look like a dancer.
Yes.
You are a dancer, huh?
A dance.
But don't tell me you don't have an OF, right? Please don't tell me you have an. Thank God. I mean, it's supposed.
That motherfucker thing, boy. That there, we call that a Georgia peach.
What's up?
Okay, ciao.
Adios.
Oh, ciao.
Amigo.
Yo, you're that one guy on TikTok.
On TikTok?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a TikToker.
No, I forgot you.
Bryce Hall.
Yeah, Bryce Hall, bro. What's your good, bro? Bro,
What's good? America is so cooked.
America's so good. He said he was Bryce Hall.
Oh my days, bro. Oh my days.
Brasileiros.
Yeah. No, I'm Italian.
Italian?
Yeah. Oh my days, bro. Bro, I was watching your video before coming here at my house.
Which video?
The one in the favela. I've watched it like 20 times. I was watching the high one. In class, I always watch it.
Really?
It's so nice.
You should show it to your teachers.
Oh my days.
Your teachers would. Yo, if you're watching, you should pull up my documentaries in school.
Yeah.
It'll teach you much more about the world than all the shit you read in textbooks.
What up, bro? Is Hamza around?
Oh yeah.
What's up?
You feeling right now?
Yeah. You what? You watch my stuff?
Bro, a lot.
Cheers, bro. Cheers.
I love the lot.
The motion we had in Portugal was crazy. We ended up promoting good health by doing some exercises and playing sport, fuck therapy. Then we headed to the marina to have a nice, expensive steak dinner.
Cheers, boys. Here we are on the marina, boys.
The brothers.
Cheers to enjoying life.
nobody else, but ain't no fucking way I'm slurping and slopping no goddamn mussel, clam, oyster, whatever the fuck that thing is.
Hard.
Not a big oyster guy.
No?
Hello. Hello, guys. Oh, wow.
Dun dun. Dun dun. Dun 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 dun.
This one? This right?
This is haram.
What?
You don't know what haram is? You're haram too.
We enjoyed the nice sunset, and those same exact oysters you just saw fucked all of us up. But that's later in the video.
Told you, don't eat that shit.
Remember that looking like so far?
Bom dia. Another day here in Portugal. We're in Sintra, and we're exploring some of the beautiful castles that this city has to offer. This is the Palace of Pena. And yes, you're not mistaken. This is a very touristic place, but it overviews all of Portugal. So I wasn't gonna miss this opportunity. Just a few minutes here because I know you guys only like adventures. But I'm joined with my gay best friend, Sonny.
Buongiorno.
That was Italian.
It works too.
Let's go enjoy the castle. All right. Here is a better view of the castle. As you can tell how touristy it is. But I didn't want to give up the opportunity to come to Portugal and not see a beautiful piece of architecture like this. All these people, like hundreds of people are waiting in line. By the way, if you come, you can literally just walk past all of them.
The palace was all right, but it was hard to enjoy its beauty with how many people were around us. And honestly, what I often ask myself when I see big structures like this, especially on top of a mountain, how many slaves do you think it took to build this? Like, seriously, think about it. Having to drag stones up an entire mountain in a time where no vehicles existed. Does slavery still exist today? And is it just disguised as the modern wage? From there, we took a short hike to the Maurice ruins, not for any historical purpose, but we were already there.
We are here on the Maurice ruins, where you can see all of Portugal. A very beautiful place here, old castle. And if you look behind me, you can see the flag. I mean, it's not a flag, but it looks like it. Boys, I am beat climbing up this thing. Here we are on top of Portugal, and the Palace of Pena behind me. Quite a touristic place, but we're not here for that piece of history. We're here to see the city of Lisbon from above. Portugal, Lisbon, Sintra. This is an absolutely amazing view. As you guys know on this channel, I'm a big fan of over-the-top views looking down because it lets you see how big the world actually is. But for now, as we enjoy the beautiful view and the cold breeze hits us in the face, clears our lungs, it's time we went somewhere else, boys. Let's continue our exploration of Portugal.
From there, we continued our road trip to Fatima to find some partners that would bear our children.
Sonny lives in Miami.
No wifeys in Miami.
In Miami, there are no wifeys. There's only BBLs who want you to have a Lamborghini. We're here in Fatima, Portugal, where all the women are very religious. The kind of good wife that you'd like. One that won't cheat. One that will cook you eggs in the morning and pray for you. Sonny here is a recent Muslim convert by Sneeko. But he's only doing that so he can get Sneeko his rewards. His Excel file rewards. Hello. Meu amigo Muslim.
No.
El católico. Convert him. I'm gonna convert him. El pagar un rosario para él. Quiero un negro.
A negro?
Yeah, negro.
Eu não quero assim dourado. Assim dourado não.
Oh wow, that is beautiful.
Assim? Não.
Oh wow, yes, wow, hello.
Isto cabe na cabeça.
Pero no es para un chico, un hombre, is it?
Não, dá para o homem.
Nah, she knows, that's for girls. Hey, it's June today. June 1st.
Are you
Gay Pride Month.
Are you celebrating? No? In our country, we
Okay,
celebrate.
this, I like this one. I give this mi madre. Un presente para mi madre.
Okay, bonito.
Oh, Sonny, I found something you would like.
Is there little babies to pray to?
There's literally little babies to pray to.
Which
is Jesus? No, it's Jesus.
What's your favorite baby? Which one? Do you have a favorite?
He wants to give you a baby.
No, well, that's crazy. What are these babies?
Okay, so which one do you like, bro? No. Beatriz, ayudamos. Ayuda ele. Okay. Eu quiero un rosario negro forte. Most of you probably didn't realize what just happened. The grandma came to take her away from flirting with Sonny, so I diverted her attention back to me. This is Wingman Masterclass 101. Oh, rojo.
Esse é Murano. Murano.
Sam Murano.
É Murano, este Murano, este Murano.
Oh, wow. Can I see these two? These are actually some of the most beautiful rosaries I have ever seen. Sonny's spitting in the back right now. He's grabbing the digits. Wow. Quiero azul.
Azul.
Azul. Todo. All right, I just bought some rosaries, but the church bells are ringing for Our Lady of Fatima. And I believe I got that girl in trouble. Sonny got that girl in trouble. Dog.
Bro.
Dog.
What happened?
I wingman the... I want to curse, but I can't curse here. But I wingman the heck out of you.
I thought we were joking about coming to find virgin wives. Bro, she's never kissed anybody. I could see it in her eyes. 100%. Dude, she was going home to her father. I was like, I'll come shake his hand right now. She's like, no, he'll kill you. He'll kill you.
She got yelled at for being with you alone in the back.
Yeah.
And the grandma kept looking over and trying to go stop you guys. And I would ask a new question.
You were just
Bro, I was stalling so hard for you. I was done buying. I even bought a new rosary. Hey, glory be to God. I did buy a new rosary.
Yo, she was beautiful, bro.
Yeah. And not only that, that kind of wife, goes crazy for you when you take care of her.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? Completely different world. Dude, look at this, man. Look at this.
This is unbelievable.
This guy behind me is sacrificing right now, doing a pilgrimage where they stand, I don't know how far that is, but they get on their knees and they crawl all the way to that church. As we step up to this church here, one of the holiest churches in the world, we have a message for many guys out there, and take this as people who have been enjoyers of hedonism, before in our lives. There's boundaries to everything, and we don't preach this as people who are perfect, but
there's basic lines you don't cross. Like you were just saying, don't screw her over, don't be a jerk to this girl. She's very sweet, she's very innocent. And I said the worst thing that you can do as a guy is take a girl's virginity and then leave her and kick her to the curb. That's one of the absolute worst things that you can do. And I think that is going to stick with you in the afterlife, and all that pain and trauma that you cause her from all the different heartbreaks that come after are going to stick with you.
We're going to go inside and pray now. I don't know if he was murdered. From there, we completed our drive to Porto and had some nice rest. Bom dia, Portugal. We're here. Another day in Porto, Portugal. Behind me is the San Luis Bridge, one of the most important bridges here in Porto, Portugal. Climbing these stairs, I wouldn't wish it on my worst enemy. That is the view from the San Luis Bridge, one of the most famous icons here in Porto. Ever since I came to Portugal, everybody has been telling me, Arab, go to Porto, it's way better than Lisbon. So far, I will say the views here are quite nice. So, enough with these bridges. The beautiful view here on Porto. Must be amazing to watch the sunset here. But we've got our eye on a few more places to visit before we leave this city.
The Church of St. Francis was one of the most beautiful pieces of art I've ever seen. The church is entirely made of gold and there was no filming allowed, so even the shots I snuck don't do it justice. Even these images I show you on screen right now don't do it justice. This is one of those churches that you just have to see with your own eyes.
Hello, sick man. Sonny's been laying in bed all day because he's a sick motherfucker. Sneako's sick. I'm pretty sick too. Alright boys, it's the next morning and we were gonna leave Porto, but Sonny is feeling better today. Just give me a thumbs up. Buddy looks like he just came out of the hospital. I figured we are not leaving Porto without trying a Francesina. Don't know if I'm pronouncing it that correctly, but here we are. I'm sure you can feel the energy level difference. We are back in go mode, boys, and we are hunting for the best Francesina. Definitely pronouncing it wrong. Here in Porto, Portugal. That is a type of food sandwich. We'll have more info once we see it in front of our eyes.
A francesinha is like the holy grail of Porto. It has a bunch of different meats and cheeses in it, making up this dirty sandwich that you eat with a fork. And everybody in Porto prides themselves on it.
We are now in Jardim de Moro, which is a garden here overviewing Porto, and the sun sets right about there. So this is one of the best spots to come here around 7-8 p.m. and enjoy the beauties of nature and God's creation. Better than being in your bedroom all day sick, right?
It's alright. I'd rather be sleeping. Look at that. It's pretty cool.
We're such degens. We have all this beauty in front of us, and this is what we notice. We're actual retards. I mean, it also just goes to show how we as humans focus on negativity so much more than positivity. I mean, I fall into it too, right? Like, look how much we have in front of us, and we're still looking for some sort of adventure in the hood. And you would think for countries that's like all they drink for breakfast is espressos and black coffee, that they would have good black coffee. I have not yet had one good black coffee here in Portugal. Even in like Germany, never found a good coffee. Some of the worst coffees I've had. We're grounding right now, which is like putting your feet on the ground to absorb the minerals from the soil. When you say it like that, it sounds gay. It's more just like get out in nature and you know, enjoy nature. That's something we often forget to do because we're so locked in our phones on TikTok and shit, scrolling. Go scroll outside. Go read a book. Some of y'all are probably lost as f. You click off this video, you're gonna go open TikTok and you're gonna scroll for 4 hours. Do something useful. Go out in nature. Try to slow down your life. Enjoy and think about ways to build yourself up, take care of your family. We are in a great awakening right now. You know, the running president of the USA is now being arrested, political crimes, because he paid off a star and misfiled it. I don't get political on this channel, guys, but that should awaken you, whether you are on one side or the other. Okay, that's why I don't spend too much time in the USA anymore these days. Even the greatest country in the world is going through these things, and if you think your government actually cares about you, you're wrong. You need to stack up, you need to take care of yourself, you need to lock in for your family, for your kids. Okay, you need to learn to start thinking ahead. Okay, life is a game of chess. Yeah, anyways, I just cooked. These espressos, maybe they do have something in them.
After inquiring hundreds of DMs, I had come to the conclusion that Brajão Aliados was the absolute best francesinha this place had to offer. So, while hungry as fuck, I ordered that bad boy. excited to try the best food Portugal had to offer.
That shit looked good.
It was time.
Mid. Is it good?
This is the best food you guys got? This is what you pride yourself on? Come on. That's like too much. This is just, they threw everything in one bowl. They threw everything in one bowl and they're like, this is the best food we got.
All right, Portugal. The fact that you guys have been hyping up that thing, that is by far one of the worst foods that you can be taking pride in I have ever had in any country. Francesinha, 0, bro. That food is literally, you guys put everything you could in one food and we're like, this is what we take pride in. How about you guys stick to pride in your wine, in your women, and in your language? Because food is not something you guys know how to do, man.
We scooted through the city, but I was too fat for the scooter to go uphill. We met up with some fans of the channel, then we headed towards the airport.
So we're actually just walking through, we're headed to the airport. I thought this video was over. I thought Portugal, we were done with it. We're walking through this alley. I didn't even notice, we're just walking through a random alley back to our car. Gentlemen's club, strip club across the street. Everywhere there's graffiti. I think this is literally the red light district street of Porto. So very interesting, we accidentally walked into this strip. But I guess that stuff does exist here, as it would in any, I mean, look, you got broken glass windows. This is just about 5-minute walking from the center of the city. But that's enough. Portugal, this time, for real, we're f***ing done. I'll see you guys in the next country.
Watch early, uncensored, and extended on Arab Uncut.
You know how I knew the Francesinha was garbage before we ever even tried it?
How?
It never made it to America. If it was that good, it would have made it to the States eventually. You don't see pizza stay in Italy. Pizza made it worldwide. You can go to Japan and buy a slice of pizza.
Go to your happy price, Priceline.
Ozempic. Ask your healthcare provider about Ozempic.
Shut up, dude.
Yes, Mark was right earlier. 61% of Americans want major change, but Trump is up 12 points on that issue. Trump is too far right, is polling at 32%. Kamala is too far left, is at 44. And in terms of the change candidate, 53% say Trump is the change candidate.
Is he the change candidate, though?
Well, compared to the
dollars for improving the infrastructure. That happened when I was president. And so I'm very proud of the way that came about. And I think it's a very, very good beginning. Like Mr. Perot, I am concerned about the deficits. And $150 billion is a lot of money, but it's awful hard to say we're going to go out and spend more money when we're trying to get the deficit down. But I would cite that as a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you expect this. Everybody's running against the incumbent. They can do better. Everyone knows that. But here's something that we can take great pride in because it really does get to what you're talking about. Our home initiative. Our home is a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you expect this. Everybody's running against the incumbent. They can do better. Everyone knows that. But here's something that we can take great pride in because it really does get to what you're talking about. Our home initiative. Our home is a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you expect this. Everybody's running against the incumbent. They can do better. Everyone knows that. But here's something that we can take great pride in because it really does get to what you're talking about. Our home initiative. Our home is a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you expect this. Everybody's running against the incumbent. They can do better. Everyone knows that. But here's something that we can take great pride in because it really does get to what you're talking about. Our home initiative. Our home is a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you expect this. Everybody's running against the incumbent. They can do better. Everyone knows that. But here's something that we can take great pride in because it really does get to what you're talking about. Our home initiative. Our home is a major accomplishment. We hear all the negatives. When you're president, you
This is not mudslinging, this is fact slinging. A bill earlier this year, this is facts that would have given investment tax credits and other incentives to reinvest in our cities, in our country, but it asked the wealthiest Americans to pay a little more. Mr. Perot wants to do the same thing. I agree with him. I mean, we agree with that. But let me tell you specifically what my plan does. My plan would dedicate $20 billion a year in each of the next 4 years for investments in new transportation, communications, environmental cleanups.
The mandate on the vaccine, which is the thing that people most objected to about the vaccine, and he did a very poor job, just a very poor job. And I will tell you, not only poor there, but throughout the entire world, we're no longer respected as a country. They don't respect our leadership. They don't respect the United States anymore. We're like a third world nation between weaponization of his election, trying to go after his political opponent, all of the things he's done. We've become like a third world nation, and it's a shame. The damage he's done to our country, and I'd love to ask him, and will, why he allowed millions of people to come in here from prisons, jails, and mental institutions to come into our country and destroy our country.
President Trump, we will get to immigration later in this block. President Biden, I want to give you an opportunity to respond to this question about the national debt.
He had the largest national debt of any president in a 4-year period, number one. Number two, that $2 trillion tax cut benefited the very wealthy. What I'm going to do is fix the tax system. For example, we have 1,000 trillionaires in America. Billionaires in America. And what's happening? They're in a situation where they, in fact, pay 8.2% in taxes. If they just paid 24%, 25%, either one of those numbers, they'd raise $500 billion, I should say, in a 10-year period. We'd be able to wipe out his debt. We'd be able to help make sure that all those things we need to do, child care, elder care, making sure that we continue to strengthen our health care system, making sure that we're able to make every single solitary person eligible for what I've been able to do with the with the COVID, with dealing with everything we have to do with, look, if we finally beat Medicare.
Thank you, President Biden. President Trump?
Well, he's right. He did beat Medicare. He beat it to death, and he's destroying Medicare because all of these people are coming in. They're putting them on Medicare. They're putting them on Social Security. They're going to destroy Social Security. This man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security. These millions and millions of people coming in, they're trying to put them on Social Security. He will wipe out Social Security. He will wipe out Medicare. So he was right in the way he finished that sentence. And it's a shame. What's happened to our country in the last 4 years is not to be Social Security. This man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security. What happened to the United States of America? They're trying to put them on Social Security. They don't like us. We give them everything they want, and they think we're stupid. So he was right in the way he finished that sentence. And it's a shame. What's happened to our country for us in the last 4 years is not to be Social Security. This man is going to single-handedly destroy Social Security.
This is the first presidential election
We're no
since
longer
the
trying to
Supreme
expect them
Court
on Social
overturned Roe
Security.
v.
They don't
Wade.
like us.
This morning,
We give them
the
Social
court
Security. They
ruled
want
on
to
yet another
Medicare.
abortion case,
So this right
temporarily allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho,
nothing for us.
despite that state's restrictive ban. Former President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. President Trump let the issue of abortion to the Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade. The federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access temporarily allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho, despite that state's restrictive ban. As President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. President Trump let the issue of abortion to the Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade. The federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access temporarily allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho, despite that state's restrictive ban. As President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. President Trump let the issue of abortion to the Supreme Court overturn Roe v. Wade. The federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access temporarily allowing emergency abortions to continue in Idaho, despite that state's restrictive ban. As President Trump, you take credit for the decision to overturn Roe v. Wade. President Trump let the issue of abortion to the Supreme Court overturn However, the federal government still plays a role in whether or not women have access temporarily allowing pills to
Kansas the same thing. Texas is different. Florida is different. But they're all making their own decisions right now. And right now, the states control it. That's the vote of the people. Like Ronald Reagan, I believe in the exceptions. I am a person that believes. And frankly, I think it's important to believe in the exceptions. Some people, you have to follow your heart. Some people don't believe in that. But I believe in the exceptions for rape, incest, and the life of the mother. I think it's very important. Some people don't. Follow your heart. But you have to get elected also. And because that has to do with other things. You got to get elected. The problem they have is they're radical because they will take the life of a child in the 8th month, the 9th month, and even after birth. After birth, if you look at the former governor of Virginia, he was willing to do this. He said, we'll put the baby aside and we'll determine what we do with the baby, meaning we'll kill the baby. What happened is we brought it back to the states, and the country is now coming together on this issue. It's been a great thing.
Thank you. President Biden?
It's been a terrible thing, what you've done. The fact is that the vast majority of constitutional scholars supported Roe when it was decided, supported Roe. And that's this idea that they're all against it is just ridiculous. And this is the guy who says the state should be able to have it. We're in a state where in 6 weeks, you don't even know whether you're pregnant or not, but you cannot see a doctor, have him decide on what your circumstances are, whether you need help. The idea that states are able to do this is a little like saying we're going to turn civil rights back to the states, let each state have a different rule. Look, there's so many young women who have been, including a young woman who just was murdered, and he went to the funeral. The idea that she was murdered by an immigrant coming in, they talk about that. But here's the deal: there's a lot of young women who are being raped by their in-laws, by their spouses, brothers and sisters, it's just ridiculous, and they can do nothing about it. And they try to arrest them when they cross state lines.
Thank you.
There have been many young women murdered by the same people he allows to come across our border. We have a border that's the most dangerous place anywhere in the world, considered the most dangerous place anywhere in the world. And he opened it up, and these killers are coming into our country, and they are raping and killing women. And it's a terrible thing. As far as the abortion is concerned, it is now back with the states. The states are voting. In many cases, it's frankly a very liberal decision. In many cases, it's the opposite. But they're voting, and it's bringing it back to the vote of the people, which is what everybody wanted, including the founders, if they knew about this issue, which, frankly, they didn't. But they would have. Everybody wanted brought back. Ronald Reagan wanted it brought back. He wasn't able to get it. Everybody wanted it brought back, and many presidents had tried to get it back. I was the one to do it. And again, this gives it the vote of the people, and that's where they wanted it. Every legal scholar wanted it that way.
Staying on the topic of abortion, President Biden, 7 states, I'll let you do that. This is the same topic. 7 states have no legal restrictions on how far into a pregnancy a woman can obtain an abortion. Do you support any legal limits on how late a woman should be able to terminate a pregnancy?
I support Roe v. Wade, which had 3 trimesters. The first time is between the woman and the doctor. Second time is between the doctor and an extreme situation. The third time is between the doctor, between the woman and the state. The idea that the politicians, that the founders wanted the politicians to be the ones making decisions about women's health is ridiculous. That's the last. No politician should be making that decision. A doctor should be making those decisions. That's how it should be run. That's what you're going to do. And if I'm elected, I'm going to restore Roe v. Wade.
So that means he can take the life of the baby in the 9th month and even after birth, because some states, Democrat run, take it after birth. Again, the former governor of Virginia, put the baby down, then we decide what to do with it. So he's willing to, as we say, rip the baby out of the womb in the 9th month and kill the baby. Nobody wants that to happen, Democrat or Republican. Nobody wants it to happen.
That is simply not true. The Roe v. Wade does not provide for that. That's not the circumstance. Only if a woman's life is in danger, she's going to die. That's the only circumstance in which that can happen. But we are not for late-term abortion, period. Period, period.
Under Roe v. Wade, you have late-term abortion. You can do whatever you want, depending on the state. You can do whatever you want. We don't think that's a good thing. We think it's a radical thing. We think the Democrats are the radicals, not the Republicans.
For 51 years, that was the law. 51 years, constitutional scholarship said it was the right way to go. 51 years, and it was taken away because this guy put very conservative members on the Supreme Court. He takes credit for taking it away. What's he going to do? What's he going to do, in fact, if the MAGA Republicans, he gets elected, and the MAGA Republicans control the Congress, and they pass a universal ban on abortion, period, across the board at 6 weeks or 7 or 8 or 10 weeks, something very, very conservative. Is he going to sign that bill? I'll veto it. He'll sign it.
Thank you.
Let's turn now to the issue of immigration and border security. President Biden, a record number of migrants have illegally crossed the southern border on your watch. Overwhelming border states and overburdening cities such as New York and Chicago, and in some cases causing real safety and security concerns. Given that, why should voters trust you to solve this crisis?
Because we worked very hard to get a bipartisan agreement that not only changed all of that, it made sure that we are in a situation where you had no circumstance where they could come across the border with the number of border police there are now. We significantly increased the number of asylum officers. By the way, the Border Patrol endorsed my position. In addition to that, we found ourselves in a situation where when he was president, he was separating babies from their mothers, putting them in cages, making sure the families were separated. That's not the right way to go. What I've done since I've changed the law, what's happened? I've changed it in a way that now you're in a situation where there are 40% fewer people coming across the border illegally. That's better than when he left office. And I'm going to continue to move until we get the total ban.